A surge of violence has recently erupted in Gaza, leaving a trail of destruction and despair. In a sudden escalation, Israeli airstrikes targeted the Gaza Strip, a move that has since stirred tensions and provoked responses from across the globe. Major General Hossein Salami, the commander of Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards, issued a stern warning stating that Israel would face severe consequences for its actions. This retaliation was not secluded to mere words. The air raid sparked an operation against the Islamic Jihad militant group, disrupting a period of relative calm along the disputed border. This operation, marked by the deafening roars of airstrikes and the stinging echoes of retaliatory strikes, has flung the region back into a state of unrest. As the dust settled, the magnitude of the destruction became apparent, marking a grim start to a weekend of violence. The crisis in Gaza is not merely a regional conflict, it's an unfolding humanitarian catastrophe that calls for immediate attention and resolution. The situation escalated rapidly, causing a weekend of violence that cost more than 40 lives. Palestinian militants, in response to Israeli airstrikes, launched a volley of rockets towards Jerusalem, marking a severe upturn in hostilities. These airstrikes had resulted in the death of a senior militant commander, adding fuel to an already volatile situation. The Israeli military in turn targeted a plethora of sites. These included rocket launching sites, weapons manufacturing facilities, and a strategic tunnel, in efforts to dismantle the operational capacity of the militants. The toll of this escalation was heavy. Over 43 Palestinians, amongst them 15 innocent children, tragically lost their lives. The severity of the situation was such that it brought daily life to a standstill, forcing Israelis and Palestinians alike to seek shelter amidst the chaos. The region, once again, found itself in the throes of conflict, highlighting the fragile peace that had previously prevailed. The violence disrupted lives, forcing many to seek shelter and plunging the region into a state of chaos. The international community has responded to the crisis, with Germany pledging humanitarian aid and the UN advocating for restoring fuel supplies. In a commendable move, Germany has committed to provide 40 million euros in humanitarian aid to the civilians in Gaza, a region where over 52,000 Palestinians have been displaced by Israeli airstrikes. This pledge is a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak situation. Moving on, the United Nations has its eyes set on a critical task. Their top humanitarian priority is to restore fuel supplies to Gaza. The power plant in the area has shut down, leading to electricity cuts and water treatment shutdowns, thereby worsening the living conditions for the residents. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Authority presidency has voiced its condemnation of Israel's military operation. They're calling for a strong response from the UN Security Council, highlighting the urgency of international involvement in resolving the conflict. And amidst all this chaos, there's a glimmer of hope. There are whispers about a possible ceasefire mediated by Egypt. This could be the first step towards de-escalating the situation and bringing about a peaceful resolution. The world watches with bated breath, hoping for an end to the violence and the start of a peaceful resolution.